morning, everybody. Well, welcome back. My name is Sandra, and today we're going to look at my Cultivate What Matters goal planner, and I'm going to be setting up my May goals today. It is the middle of April, and so about the middle of the month, the previous month, I always start thinking about what my next month is going to look like. And so a lot of you watch my planning videos in my Franklin planner, and this is really where everything starts from. So I'm going to explain as I go along, but so May is the second month in the second period, so we don't have quarter goals to kind of review, I guess. But in saying that, I am going to go to my quarter goals because I just want to review them quickly to see what kind of direction my month of May is going to look like. And so, for example, here's my refreshed goals. They look quite a bit different than my goals from January. And this year I did things a little bit different. Sometimes I'll do my goals in January will be my entire year goals. Sometimes they'll be my overarching goals. And then I'll pick and choose projects from each of those goals to work on throughout the year. And this is kind of a mishmash of that. So I'm going to be doing my gardening in May. That's a big project. So I still haven't completed my budget, but I'm going to be on the lookout for buying different plants. Pretty much between now and I guess the end of May, all the stores are going to be filling up their garden centers. So I'll just be kind of trying to be, I need to be mindful. That's one of the biggest things is be mindful. I mean, when I get into a garden center, I can definitely overdo it and I can say, okay, I want to do this and this and this. And I mean, I do have lots of pots, so I can plant as many flowers as I want to, but I want to be mindful. So I did a map of my garden of exactly what I want. So I need to stick within budget, but I also want it to look I think what my biggest problem is the fruits, vegetables, and flowers, they all tend to grow towards, later on in the season, right? They get bigger. And one of my things is I plant too many things and then they're overcrowded and then things don't get as big as they could if they were less crowded. So I need to be mindful of not buying too many things, too many plants. But I do need to look at my budget and see where I'm going with that too. Okay, basement cleanup project, something we haven't even really started on. We have to take a weekend. And I'm thinking so it's difficult too because I'm planning this in April for the next month. So I'm basically thinking, okay, all of the projects that I've worked on in April that I was trying to be mindfully, intentionally setting and completing, they're going to be done. So I do have basement cleanup for April too, and we never even started. And I think I did anyway. Let's see. Yeah, I have it on here. So I haven't even started, as you can see. There's a couple of things I haven't even started. And it's already the 16th of April. So anyway, that's still going to be on there. Channel intros, still haven't done that either. So it's another thing. Reading, reading is my goal. I read every day, but it's a thing to push myself. So I check in with my tending list every single day to remind myself, hey, you need to pick up your book today. Okay, health goal, that's always continuous. Spiritual, same thing. Personal development, yes. And then the yard, car, garage. So this is really what we're focusing on for April, for sure. While I'm still doing other goals, still doing weekly, not to have an end goal in mind, but just something to complete. For example, maintenance goals. Health is a maintenance goal. I'm going to continue working on that, right? It's going to be continuous. There's no end goal. I'm not going to say, okay, I'm going to drink water for this month and then that's it. I just continuously do it. But this one, we only do this once a year. Well, I wash my vehicle twice a year, but so for example, I just finished washing my Jeep, but now I still have to do my husband's car. And then next weekend, hopefully we're going to tackle the garage. We'll see. It needs to be warm enough. But a lot of these goals, I like this because pretty much for the entire month of April, May, and June, I can work on all of these things, right? It's going to be, it's still a lot of work, but I don't have this huge big project to work on. This stuff is stuff I'm supposed to be working on pretty much since January. For example, my intros, I should have had those done for January, but I didn't. So how this works is for May, it starts with a monthly reset. I like to fill this out after. So my main focus when I first start my power sheets is my calendar, because this tells me what appointments I have, what days I'm like not able to do anything. And so what I do is I come over here to my planner and I go into my schedule and I have my future log. So anything that's already scheduled, for example, so far, the only thing that we have is my daughter's birthday party. Her birthday is on May 1st, but our party is going to be on Sunday. My dentist appointment for me and my daughter on the 8th. And then it is Mother's Day on the 12th. I don't even know what day that is. Okay, May 12th is a Sunday. So that's Mother's Day. And then Victoria Long weekend, we're actually going to be going to Red Deer because we haven't been since Christmas. So those are the only appointments I have so far. So what we'll do is write those in. And I do tend to write in a lot of different things. For example, if we look at April, I write in garbage days, I write in paid days, budget days, grocery days, anything that like might need to take my attention, during that day. Like, hey, you have to remind yourself to do this. I'll write it on here. This is pretty much the start of my planning system for the next month, and it's also what I use to create my goals and my calendar. Like I focus on that stuff when I do my weekly planning. So I'm just going to fill this out and we'll come right back. Okay, so I think that's it for the schedule. I mean, we don't have that many appointments yet. I mean, that could change going throughout the month, but then we just add them in after. Okay, so now I always go back to this page and I really kind of make my decisions for goals to make progress on here and important to dos. I kind of fill it out on this page. So that's what we're going to do now. That's it here. I actually rated myself lower here on this schedule because I feel like um, I've been stretching myself a little thin, trying to do so much work, and I don't really know. Like I've been trying to schedule myself, trying to get a handle on everything. But I am currently doing the Jane's Agenda um, master plan class every Monday, and I've been doing extra reading for that. And I feel like maybe I'm stretching myself thin that way. And I'm actually not so much with my kids, but more so with me not getting sleep, and then it kind of rolls over into everything else. So I should actually make more of a sleep focus too. So I'm just gonna put sleep focus / tired. So that would really, go under health. So I mean, that's a possibility, but as the days are getting longer, it's harder to fall asleep. I don't know. It's just, especially when it's hot too. When it's hotter inside, it's harder to fall asleep. So another thing that we might want to do, it says important to do's, save for another air conditioner. So right now we have a portable air conditioner. We have an actual air conditioner in our kitchen, but I think it's going to be going soon. So like a small window air conditioner. It works well, but we need one downstairs because it's so hot in our house. And then in my husband's and my bedroom, we have a portable air conditioner. But I think like we still have my son and we still have my baby and my daughter. And I think for my son with cystic fibrosis, it might be a good idea to get another air conditioner for their room. We have the room, we can put it right by the window there. And I think it's important we do that because it's going to be harder for him to, to sleep. So we might have to get another portable air conditioner. So we'll save up for that. I mean, we have $100 so far to save. So we'll continue working on that goal. It doesn't really get super hot until the end of June, beginning of July anyway. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so the next steps are to come over here and then you can break down if there's like a particular goal. I don't think I'll write anything down right here. For me, I kind of look at this as a brainstorming session, specifically if you have like bigger projects. So for example, I will come back here and write down like the gardening stuff, the gardening steps, maybe for the basement, if there's anything else I needed to do. But right now, I don't feel like it's absolutely necessary. I'll come back to that. But for my tending list, I don't really know what my encouraging words or priorities are. Like, you think that technically you would need to have that ironed out before you start your goals, but I'm just going to write out my tending list for what I have in my head right now. So for example, if I usually, to be quite honest, I usually go back and look at the previous month and I'm like, okay, this is what I have going on. So for example, I only have like the main goals that I have, for example, my daughter's party, right? So I'll write that one down. Okay, the next one would be my dentist appointment. And I think that's the only other dentist appointment. So dentist appointment. And then the one after that would be Victoria Long Weekend. So we would be going to Red Deer. So I'll say Red Deer trip. So, I mean, it's easy enough to say like Red Deer trip. I mean, we're not flying anywhere, we're just driving. So it's not like a huge, huge deal. But there are still steps that we have to take in order to make this a success. So, number one, we need to save up money for gas. If we take my Jeep, it takes about, considering gas prices right now, it takes about $100 to fill my tank. So we'd need $100 for gas minimum, and then I have to gas up when I come back. So probably $150, $160 for gas. We need to think about packing. We were also thinking if my husband left work early on the Friday so that we could, experience a full long weekend because we still have to come home Monday. So we'd be there Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, only 3 nights. I would have to make sure that the vehicle is packed. So if we do indeed take my vehicle, I would have to make sure that I can pack all of our bags and everything that we need for the dogs and the 3 kids and for both of us. So that's a lot of work. We would have to make sure we pack the night before. I would have to do my makeup that day. So probably get my mom to come over and watch the kids while I do my makeup. And I kind of turn it into like I'm able to film a makeup video while I do that. And another thing is I would love to do another vlog, like a Red Deer vlog. I haven't done that in a while. So that's a possibility too. The best time for those are in summer. So anyway, it kind of turns into a whole project unto itself. So this is another good idea for writing it on here. So for example, gardening would be one goal. Cleaning, tidying. So under this one, for example, I could write down like all of the areas I want to clean and tidy, or also minimizing. The basement would be on there for sure, but I'm also going to have a basement goal. And then I'll have one for Red Deer trip. So, I mean, you can use this for goals, and these technically are my, goals, but you can use this as a brainstorming session. So everything that you can think of, you might have your main goals on the tending list under the monthly section, but then this area you can really brainstorm and you can either, break it down even further, go take a project page in your note pages in your planner and continue, writing out your steps or your plans or whatever you want to do. So I think this is a great page. I like how they've changed it this year. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to fill out the rest of my tending list. So you guys, I am all done my tending list, and sometimes if I have time, what I'll do is I'll take the little dots and I'll put a dot beside like each thing that coordinates with my goals. So for example, I don't think I have like family on here. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I don't have family on here. But for example, if I did, I would put a little dot beside like my daughter's birthday. Dentist appointment would be probably be health. Red Deer trip would be family, or maybe even yeah, I don't know. I realized I didn't have family on here, but once the gardening thing is done, I might switch that to family, and then we can do more family things in summer. Um, but April budget would be like finance. See, I don't even have a finance one on here this for this quarter two, which is interesting. But anyway, so even though I don't actually have it on here, it's still one of my goals. So you'll find that too, doing your goals, that, like these might be more important things, important to focus on that quarter or that month. But I mean, it's still just because you don't have it on there doesn't mean it's not a goal that you want to work towards. So anyway, I sometimes do that and I label each of these according to what it is. I mean, another thing I could do is take a color that I don't have on here and then, mark it off like family and put an F on it or something, right? So anyway, sometimes I'll do that. I don't know what color I'm going to be using this month for the month of May. I think my colors were yellow. Um, I think that's the colors I had chosen for my other planner. So anyway, that is it for my tending list and for my power sheets for the month of May. And let me know if you guys have started thinking about your goals for May. I think it's important to always think of these things ahead of time so that you have pre-planned and you know what's going to happen before it happens, right? Because you don't want to be taken unawares. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, comment, leave comments if you have any questions. I would love to answer them for you down below. And give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you are new or have not yet subscribed, I would love if you would do that. It would help out my small business so much. And I love interacting with everybody. Goal planning is so important and it's so close to my heart. I think that without this, we have no direction in our lives, right? We need to have some kind of direction in order to know where we're going. Because if you don't have that, then you just kind of stay stagnant. You don't grow. So, without further ado, that is it from me. Be sure to click the bell button too, so you will be notified when I upload new content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, friends. Bye bye.